Okay, this is DragonofEternity and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. Now instead of patch 7.0 MSQ, it's patch 7.1 MSQ. So yeah, I've been the 7.1 MSQ, and now it's time to start the 7.1 MSQ. So, let's get started with the MSQ then, shall we? Balwuruk. A royal invitation. Balwuruk is eager to hear how you've been getting on. Options: pizza, catfish pie, juice, or money. It is always a pleasure as always. Marishna, fuck. Have you been able to relax lately? Sure, it's been about 4 months, so yeah, I've been able to relax. Wonderful! As busy as you have been, with the right of succession, among other things, you deserve an opportunity to experience Tuliolal at a more leisurely pace. Sampling the tacos at Jibalyavtie is one such way to do so. They are made the traditional way and laden with fillings, and absolutely sublime. If you have an empty stomach, the owner, Brukaru, will look after you. So you just want me to go get a taco? Alright. Okay. Hi Yoshi. I know you've got the quest for Spin Extreme. I'm not picking it up right now. Hi Evu. Well, if it isn't Marishna, alone today, are you? I guess I am. I see. If you have a hankering for tacos, then they're on the house. Consider it thanks for everything you've done for Tuliolal. Go ahead and find table. I'll bring your meal as soon as it's ready. And yeah, that's the world quest I still haven't done yet. I need to get on that. That was like a patch ago. Empty seat. You still have tacos, I hope. Heh, you ate so many when you turned 5, you could barely move afterwards. Remember that? No, not really. That was 30 years ago for me. Right, sorry. It's still strange for me too. Just the other day, you were a little boy, clinging to your mother's skirt as you set off for Yasulani. And now you're a man grown with a full face of hair. Even so, I knew you were my son the moment I saw you. We're still family, and you can always rely on me. Relying. That feels like the only thing I'm doing right now. On you and everyone else. I can't even start a fire without assistance in my new job. Back in Alexandria, we had electrope. If I needed fire, all I had to do was press a button. Everything was at our fingertips. But here I'm helpless, a culinarian who can't even light the stove. The way the others in the kitchen stared at me, gods, I've never felt so embarrassed. I'm sorry to hear that. I've been told the tales, but it seems life is really different within the dome. My wife and children, I was thinking I'd have them join me once things had settled, but at this rate... Oh damn, you're Grandad. I say you send for them. If they're your family, then they're mine too. I'll do whatever's necessary to make it work. I didn't mean to overhear, but it seems you're having trouble readjusting to life in Tuliolal. But Vavukulamat? To aid folk like yourself, we've established a support group at the Wing of Reflection. There you can learn the skills you need to live outside the dome. It isn't easy being back, but I'm hopeful that they can make things easier. That's exactly what I need. I'll definitely seek this group out, and I'll bring my family with me. Thank you. Oh, look who it is. I was just about to go and find you, Mariashna. You don't mind the company, I hope. I could use a bite to eat myself. Come on, Wuklamad. Let's have lunch. That was a crunch. Ah, the tacos here never disappoint. And they weren't stepped on this time. So, what have you been up to lately? I've been exploring Toral with my trusty alpaca. I've been catching up on sleep. I've been making a name for myself at the Arcadian. Oh hell yeah, option 3, optional. You're fighting in the arena in Alexandria? By facing off against tough opponents, I'd wager you've honed your skills even further. As for myself, I'm being kept busy with duties at the palace. But whenever I find a moment, I'd like to walk the streets and talk to people. That way I can better understand the problems they have and share them with Kona to figure out solutions. I was on one such walk just now, and as I mentioned, I was hoping to find you. Kona and I have something we want to discuss with you as Dawn servants. Do you have time to come to the palace? Sure. Great, I'll go on ahead. Please come and join us once you've finished here. I mean, looks like the plate's already empty. And now there's no plate. And those guys are gone. Alright. To the palace. Of course, you're at the very edge there. You kind of put a Aether right here? Although I guess that's in the residence of the palace, so that might be a security issue. Yeah, I can see that being a security issue. Okay, lore-wise makes sense. Gameplay-wise, kinda sucks. You overhear a conversation between a father and a son, the latter who's struggling to adapt to life in the capital after 30 years in Alexandria. Just as the pair resolve to tackle this as a family, Wuklamad approaches to offer advice. The situation is a common one, it seems. Oh boy. Hi, Wook. Or I should say Lamachi. It seems Kona's gone somewhere. Sorry. Of course he has. Mistress Mariashna, it is always an honor. Vow Kona has stepped away to attend to a pressing matter, probably involving the evilest, not the evilest raid, the Vanadil raid. But he should join you within before long. Enter Sunpurge, sure. Hey, where are my Scion buddies? I haven't seen them in months. Well, that's 4 of them. God, those are obnoxiously huge stairs? Huge doors. I know when they were made for the Yokui, but still. Also, is this voiced? No. Of course it isn't. Oh, you're all here too! Falcona summoned us, if truth be told, Alphano and I have been seeing him quite regularly of late. And you haven't told me? He asked us to share our knowledge of Hannish culture, you see, in hopes of further strengthening your alliance. We were of course happy to oblige him. Don't ask for the spice. Especially 0 spice. Cryle and I were likewise summoned, otherwise we've been carrying on with our work, compiling information on the Golden City. My grandfather embarked on his investigation 20 years ago. With our report, we shall finish what he started. And report to the forum to be locked in the forbidden section of the library. Lest you wonder, Thancred and Urianga have left to resume their tour of Toral. Of course they're on the honeymoon. Ishtoli, meanwhile, is back to researching cross-rift travel. And I'm sure she would love to know about Vanadil. She was here just a few days ago to get Kona's permission to investigate living memory. By the way, she mentioned wanting to have a look at the key in your keeping at some point. Ah yes, the hourglass. If the look she had in her eyes was any indication, although she's blind, I suggest you brace yourself for when she comes calling. You're like to be stuck with her for a while. Don't friend me for a good time. As for Justinian, we know neither where he is nor what he is doing. Some things never change. Let the lone wolf be by himself. It's fine. He'll come when there's a challenge. Or threat. Surprised we haven't fixed that throne yet. Hi, Gona. My apologies for the delay. Think nothing of it. We took advantage of the time to catch up. So what can we do for you? Hopefully present company is enough for whatever it is you need. The matter for which I have summoned you pertains to Alexandria. A state funeral will soon be held in Solution 9 to mourn the passing of Queen Sphene. King Gluljar and his administration have invited us to attend. Uh-oh. Is it right for me to be there? Technically, I killed her. While certain issues remain unresolved between our nations, such as the treatment of Yassulani, I see no reason not to attend. For generations, the Alexandrians lived without even the awareness of death. I wouldn't have expected them to have funeral rites still. Apparently, the members of Oblivion unearthed records of ceremonies that were conducted in the Alexandria of old. It was they who put forth the proposal that the Queen thus be honoured. Or be thus honoured. I can read. Leave it to that lot to think of such things. The people of Alexandria no longer forget the departed. They're being confronted with the idea of death for the first time. I suspect our friends wanted to do something for them. Though Sphene was but a simulacrum, she was nevertheless a pillar for their people. Or for her pillar. For her people. The pain of her passing must run deep. I was going to say she was there for what, thousands of years? Indeed, a funeral will give Alexandrians the chance to come together to express their grief, that they might overcome it. Did I do this in Alamigo back in Endwalker? I wasn't sure at first, but I've decided to go, not only to be there for Gluljar, but this chapter behind us. That I requested your presence was none other than to see if you wish to attend the funeral. You knew Sphene as well, after all. Could you say I knew her? I think I should go too. That would be inappropriate, considering I killed her with 7 other people. And Muklamat. Sometimes I wonder if there wasn't another way. Well, she needed a living ether to sustain, like, the memories of the dead, which was, you know, natural order, that kind of shit. I don't know. Share option 2. Let's see what happens. You and me both, but we made our choices and are responsible for what comes of them. As vow, I'll attend the funeral in official capacity. I owe it to the Alexandrian people to bear witness to their grief. I'd like it if you could be there to watch over everything, like you did all through the rite of succession. I have no choice. I feel the rest of us should go too, regardless of the reason. The fact remains that we deprived Alexandria of her beloved ruler. It's only right that we remember who Sphene was, to her people and to others, so let us stand with you. Then it's decided, let's head to Solution 9 and look for Gluljar in the back rooms. I know it's just the back room singular, but, you know. And what will you do, Kona? Crossroads. For I too would ideally attend the funeral. Given the circumstances, I think it is best for Lamachi represents us. Besides, I need to be on hand to oversee the city's repairs, which is taking longer than expected. When that work is complete, we will finally look into installing new thrones. Oh. But to have Father's throne here still, it makes me feel as he is close by. I'm quite happy for it to remain for a while. Again, I'd see about repairing it. Where did it go? Alright. Can I even sit on this? Nope. It was a hope. Alright, so go see Galulja. I haven't seen him since 7.0. Alright, to Solution 9. Oh, I haven't got a Savage unlock, have I? No, I recorded the content before Savage came out. And then that content lasted all the way up to 7.1 release on YouTube. Alright, Tassos, let me go to the back rooms. Enter the back rooms, yes. Hello, Shale. Glad to see the invitation reached you. As you may have heard, we were able to find data on forgotten funeral customs amidst old records. It appears to have been preserved by those who rued the loss of culture due to the proliferation of regulators. We're grateful for their foresight. Lovely. Hi, little one. Ah, you came for the funeral. Of course, I'm the only one who'll officially take part, though. The others will watch over the proceedings. So, how have you been? It's been a while since my last visit. I'm good. Shale is always teaching me new things. Recently, I learned about Everkeep systems and the mechanical soldiers. It's knowledge I'll need to use my authority properly. Studious as always, I see. By way of a treat, I brought you gâteau au chocolat. It's a kind of cake. I think you'll like it. Thank you, Lamachi. And thank you for coming. I've never been to a funeral before, so I feel less nervous having you there. Well, having you here. Out of curiosity, what's a custom in Alexandria? In our world, it's common to offer flowers to the departed. It's much the same here. According to the records, flowers will be distributed to all attendees. This is way too cheerful for a funeral. Considering that all worlds used to be one, the practice of offering flowers may well share the same ancient origin. Fascinating, wouldn't you say? Yeah. Yeah, I might look at that. Galul Jar Jar has been added to the Unending Codex. Terrell has been added. The Righteous Section has been added. Anything else? No? Alright. Although I've been in the back rooms before, there was no time to see the sights. I should like to take a closer look at the equipment. Papa always said he didn't want a somber funeral, so he celebrated his life together with our victory. I'm sure he would have loved it. I like to think he was watching us from the world beyond, filling his cup every time we filled our own. Aww. While we proposed a funeral, the royal administration took on the brunt of the planning. One of their number can better explain what the ceremony will entail. For the people to take it on themselves to organize and hold the funeral, it speaks of their enduring love for Sveen. From a group that plotted to undermine a tyrant king from the shadows to one that aids their fellow citizens in the open, Oblivion has come a long way. It's a relief to see that Galul Jar is doing well. He's been through too much for one so young. Yeah, he has. Alexandria Mourns. Galul Jar wishes to go and collect his flower for the funeral. The flowers are being handed out at Praxis Park. I'm thinking of heading over there now. We'll join you. There's a man I'd like to speak with, Gosan. He was apparently Spheen's aide, and the one who sent us the invitation. That doesn't sound sketchy at all. Come on, let's go. The aide has asked for the murderers to attend the funeral. Anyone else's alarms going off? No? Alright. Maybe it's a red herring. Practice park, practice park. Why the balls practice park? Resolution. How much of a park is it? Ooh, cutscene. While the PS souls are still being issued, supply must be limited now that they're no longer being harvested. The grim faces in the queue tell the tale. What faces? Is it just my render distance? It makes sense that Spheen had loyal aides such as Gosan, given how much time she dedicated to walking among her people. Uklamat's attendance will surely help strengthen relations between the two nations. I get the strong impression that both Tulu'alal and Alexandria wish to put this tragic past behind them. Judging from all the activity, I presume the funeral will be held here. Here he is, Gosan. All correspondence was being handled by the Ring of Reflection, so this is my first time speaking with Gosan. Hello. Why, you're... I'm Vavuklamat of Tulu'alal. Thank you for extending us an invitation to Queen Spheen's funeral. We're honoured, truly. I had seen you before from a distance, but never had the pleasure. I am Gosan, former chief aide to the Queen. Since her passing, I have been responsible for administrating affairs of state. You're not sus at all, are you? Can we get our flowers here? Yes, Your Majesty. The flowers are being handed out at the county under, alongside the regulators. What? We need regulators for the funeral? Rest assured they are not a requirement. We are rare that your people do not use them. You see, people in the Alexandria of old wore tokens of mourning upon their persons when attending funerals. As such tokens were black, it was suggested that we might wear regulators painted the same colour. We've yet to produce enough for everyone, but we're distributing them as we're able. That sounds, alarm bells. I see. Yet, regulator or no, the important thing is that we remember Queen Spheen. Remember her and her kindness as you make an offering of your flower. I will. The proceedings will soon begin in this plaza. Please take your place once you have your flower. Okay. Once again, a bit suspicious about the new regulators, but could be a red herring. Is this voiced?
Although we are gathered here for the same reason, we hail from different lands. Some were born and raised in the Alexandria of old, while others came to us from Tuliolal. It was from this union of diverse peoples that a new Alexandria was born. The only home that our younger generation knows. How did we overcome the barriers between us? What moved us to join hands in common purpose beneath crackling skies? You know the answer. We survived. We thrived because Queen Sphene brought us together. Inspired and encouraged by her boundless kindness, we strove to be better, for ourselves as well as those around us. And in Her Majesty's absence, there is a sadness beyond words. Yet we will remember her. Remember all the good that she has done for us. So let us pray, as the people of the Old Kingdom once did, for the peaceful repose of the departed. And let us keep our beloved Queen forever in our hearts, that her memory might guide us unto the morrow. Would that I could find solace in my own words.
Was Queen Sphene taken to the cloud?
She must have been. To still remember her is strange, isn't it, darling?
I miss her. She would always cheer me up when I was down. But even though I remember her, I'll never see her again. That doesn't make sense.
It seems that's what it means to die, I'm afraid.
But what will happen to us? Are we just going to be sad forever?
what will happen indeed. Everything that we have, we owe to Queen Sphene. How are we to go on without her?
I still remember Her Majesty so clearly. If only I didn't, I might feel better about the future of our realm.
Perhaps we should also consider moving to Tuliolo. The journey won't be easy, but it'd be better than staying here in uncertainty.
In times like these, I take comfort in the beliefs of a Turali people called the Yokui. To them, death isn't the end. So long as we're remembered, we never truly die. It could be the same for Queen Sphene, you know? If you keep her alive in your hearts, she'll always be with you.
But we still won't be able to see her, right? I don't want to think about that. I wish I could just forget instead of having to feel like this.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to impose. Please, mourn your queen however you see fit. As expected, they struggle to come to terms with their loss. I hope they can find a way to move forward.
It's not only grief that weighs on them, but worry for the future. Bereft of their queen, how will they proceed?
True. But with that at least, we're not powerless to help. What is it, Guloja?
I was wondering, is it better to remember or forget someone when they're dead? I remember my father, and every time I think of him, it hurts. It's the same with Queen Sphene. Knowing that she's gone makes me feel sad. But it's different with my mother. I never knew her, so I don't feel as bad. I want to remember my father, but maybe I'd be better off forgetting him.
Guloja.
Why don't we continue this somewhere else?
I did not realize I had the auto on. I suppose it saves me clicking. Aye. So is it still a thing around here? Is there a memorial, or is it gone now? Oh, well, I guess it was all the way up there. No. Let's see. What's everyone got to say? This seems a good place to continue our conversation. Simply leaving Alexandria won't solve all the problems, I fear. The problem runs deeper than that. That's because they've relied on an AI all their bloody lives. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought that up. No, it's interesting. Seeing that child reminded me of myself, of how hard it was for me to accept my grandfather was gone. But that sadness is what gave me the strength to come this far, and I never choose to forget it. Never. Good old Louis Soir. I hope the altar can provide comfort to those who need it. Hey Gululjar, do you really know nothing at all about your mother? Shale searched the system for information on residents, but the only Mamuljar she found listed were my father and me. Even if she died and was erased from people's memories, she should have been there, but she wasn't. Well, that you're here means she was here too, inside Dome. Unless he's a clone. There can't be any other way about it. Unless he's a clone. Perhaps we should try looking again. Do you want to know your mother? I think so. Even if it makes me feel sad. I want to know her. So I want to try looking again. And if I don't find anything this time, I'll give up. I see. Well, if that's what you want. Then I'll help you. I'd like to help as well, and I believe I speak for the others too. Looks like I have a dungeon party. I've got the all-rounder, I've got the healer, the DPS. But I can't bother you this, you already came for the funeral. Look, I have literally nothing else to do today, buddy. Give me something to do in this game. We came here not only for the funeral, but see whether all was well in Alexandria. We're not about to leave just yet. Besides, in seeking to learn about your mother, we're bound to learn about your father as well. By retracing the steps of this man who kept his own counsel, we may gain knowledge that can serve the people of Alexandria. Alright, thank you everyone. Alexandria Mourns, complete. That's a dungeon quest. Yeah, that's a dungeon quest. Alright. We might learn more about my father too. I hadn't thought of that. No one does. If this is what Gululjar wants, then I'll help him however I can. After all, we're family. I understand all too well Gululjar's desire. For the longest time I found my own father's actions inexplicable. Good old fortunate. If no records remain in Gululjar's mother, then where do we begin our search? Have we tried Gululjar's... not Gululjar's... What's your bloody dad's name? Zaraljar. Have we tried looking at Zaraljar's bedroom? Maybe there'll be something in there. Right, I should end the video here, but I want to check something real quick. Is there like a proper thing here now? Or is that just like a cutscene thing? Is it like a memorial there now, taking up the empty space? Da, 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 da. Oh yeah, it's there now. Oh. So I guess that's just a thing now, and people are actually going to get flowers now? Is that what you... No, that's a robot. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, this thing's just here now. Huh. All those flowers. That I was about to trample on. Alright, so yeah, that's just a thing that's there now. Huh. Well then. So I think with that, I should probably end this video here so it doesn't go too long. Yeah, so... yeah, I'll call it here. So this has been DragonofEternity going through more Final Fantasy 14, Endwalker, patch 7.1 MSQ. In this video, I started the MSQ for 7.1. We attended the funeral for Sveen. And I guess people are still torn up about whether to forget or whether to remember. So I guess next time I am going to try and find stuff out about Galuljar's mother. Which will be interesting. Gotta see what she saw in Zeraljar. Yeah, next time we will go through the search of the past quest. And probably go through a dungeon. So fun times to have that. So yeah, with all that said, with my rambling hopefully I'm finally done. Until next time.